Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, a quick look at both gold and silver. We obviously had a very big crash before the weekend. Today, quite a bit more red as well, but we are starting to see some signs of relief. So let's take a look at that. Once again, stay tuned because I have a couple of freebies at the end of the video. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys. So here we are at the gold chart. And basically, what we saw is that we bounced off of this previous earlier all-time high. Honestly, not a very strong support zone, I'd say, but after such a big correction down, it was bound to catch a bottom somewhere. And it looks like for now we have that. And obviously it's not very strong. Like, I'm not 100% banking on this, but we are starting to see some buying power. Now, if we turn on my indicator, the indicator once again is more precise than even my support and resistance levels. So this indicator has been a lifesaver in that regard. It did predict that big sell-off, but a little side note on that is that after such a rush up, any indicator will start to indicate sell-off zones. So it was likely to do this anyways, based on the technicals alone, regardless of any fundamentals. But I think any asset that goes up 300% like silver, I'm not exactly sure on the percentage of gold, but it was a similar rise. It's very likely to see a sell-off. Now, did it sell off bigger than I expected? Yes. But all in all, I'm still relatively break even. Some things are a little bit in profit still, so no worries there. I did place a few DCA buys. The indicator also indicated a buy strength, a very small buy strength, that being said. But I think a discount basically on gold and silver, especially if you missed the initial run up. So on gold, it's relatively 20, 21, and 22%, close to it. On silver, it was quite a bit more, so 40% ish. Basically a 40% or a 20% discount on, I say the same thing about crypto. Like on Bitcoin, if a 40% drop I think warrants a DCA buy. Ethereum 20% drop, or basically vice versa. Ethereum 40% drop, Bitcoin 20% drop, I think warrants DCA buys. And on gold and silver even more so. Their market caps are relatively bigger. So I think it was due for this correction. We are starting to see a little bit buying power. If this holds, I think it's too early to tell. I managed to place a few buys right below this, so both those buys are already in a little bit of profit again. And now we have to see and wait basically what happens. I think the next few days are going to be very exciting. I think it's good to see that this buying pressure is still here. Technically, if we do have that run back up, it's likely that it'll eat that up pretty quickly. And I think it's JP Morgan that kept their target at around 6K for gold. So that is a positive. They haven't adjusted it. And I think it's relatively normal to have a bigger correction like this. Yes, it happened quite quickly. Yes, it happened really fast, so it looks really dangerous. But even my indicator is, well, I will admit on the daily it is still relatively wide, but we are above the middle band. So I don't see us dropping all the way back down to 2500. Like, I'm not seeing that. Yes, the indicator is spreading out, but I think that's because of the price action. It did predict that big sell-off, but considering the world situation where basically every asset is dropping, crypto being butchered again, stocks starting to show some weakness as well, gold and silver being very interesting right now, and we know that basically Asia, China, the Asian countries, China, Japan, are trying to stockpile rare earth minerals and gold and silver. We're now starting to see copper show some momentum, possibly aluminum. Uranium did get a very big kickback as well, also dropped down, but it's also, as this AI race starts to develop, I think we're going to see these prices go higher and higher. Like, I'm pretty positive this is just a blip, and that will, like, this was due. We needed a little bit of cool down, a little bit of sell off. Like I said, if this isn't the top, or if this isn't the bottom, basically, like maybe we go a little bit lower, we go back to that previous low after that previous all-time high, maybe even down here. And if that does happen, I think it's going to be great buying movements. Like I'm intending to hold this for like the next 10 years, and I'm positive that in the next 10 years demands for all these resources are going to skyrocket, and basically that secures the need for the substance in the future, which will, if the demand stays strong, I think the price will stay with that. And if we look at silver, I think it's basically cool to see that silver and gold are very, very correlated price movement wise. That was the wrong one. But price movement wise, we're still seeing that correlation, that basically overlap of price charts. Let's just do that really quickly. So we bounced off of that little support area there, broke through the early one, but maybe like if we manage to close, I think the markets are pretty much closed. So if we stick with this, maybe another small red candle tomorrow, we start building back up, and maybe we start seeing a continuation of this trend. I think that would be very interesting. And having grabbed that 40% discount on silver, I'm not worried in the slightest. And like I said, even if we do go further down, I layer in all my entries, so I'm not worried. I still have dry powder plenty on the side. And even if I hadn't, I would just monthly DCA into this. And gold and silver, I think are going to do very well, not just this year, but coming years. And I think it's today as well that America or USA or Trump, or however you want to call it, they also announced a fundamental element fund of $12 trillion, wanting to rival that of China. So what we know is that if that's true, they're going to have to massively start buying metals as well. So for all the trades I've been talking about on copper, silver, gold, uranium, possibly other metals, and even the rare earth mineral fund that I acquired or bought a share of, several shares of, those will all start to perform really well. And I've said it before, the future of investing, I think, is going to be AI and AI supply chain related needs. So energy, power, metals, supplies, producers like AMD, Nvidia, ASML, all those stocks I think are going to do very well in the very near future, and they already are. So in the last couple of years, Nvidia has tripled. My first Nvidia buy has tripled I think in something like 2 years or something, which is, I think, an insane return on one of the biggest companies on the stock market. All right, I did mention I have a couple of freebies. If you wanna buy stocks, but basically find a place to buy and hold crypto, but also buy stocks and also buy metals and want free stocks, I have a link to eToro down in the description. That gives you up to $500 in stocks for free if you use that link. If not, completely fine. Do what you will, but I figure some free stocks it is a limited promotion, so be sure to grab it if you want it. If not, also completely fine. I did mention my indicator, which I really like. I'll post it in the comment section. It's called Crusader Signals. If you click on that link, you see a video of me explaining it a little bit more in depth. Great indicator. I've been using it personally for several months now, and it's been everywhere where I'm lacking a little bit, it's just that little bit more precise. So I trade mostly on support and resistance levels and trend lines, and this has been bang on every single time. So be sure to check that out. And lastly, I have a completely free Discord channel. I'll pull that up really quickly. So in that Discord channel, I talk about every single thing I've been buying, be it metals, be it crypto, be it stocks. I share a few charts and setups, and basically the stuff I don't get to talk about on my channel is in there. We did roundtable with members of the crypto school and other YouTubers like me, much bigger YouTubers than me even. So that's always cool. I share everything I'm able to observe in that group. So that's completely free. If you want to join that, you can join that as well. So quick summary: free stocks, free Discord, very good indicator if you're interested in it. It's not free, sadly. Yeah, so I'm gonna close out this video, and be sure to check out those links. Feel free to join the Discord. If you don't like it, you can always leave, and I'll see you on the next video, guys.